All right, we're here with head women's ice hockey coach David Stockdale. He's brought a trophy with him. So, Coach, the team's first ever postseason appearance this weekend. So, just take us through the weekend real quick.
It was exciting. It's something that's been a long time coming for our program. Obviously, being in our third season, this was our first year as part of the ECAC East League. So, the first time we really had an opportunity to compete for any kind of a championship. And I think, our girls have put in a lot of hard work over the last 3 years, and to be able to go up to St. Mike's this weekend and play in that kind of environment was exciting. And for them to have a chance to play in a championship game was a great end to a really wonderful season.
All right. 20 wins on the season. We talked to you before the season to kind of preview it, and we went through what would need to happen for it to be a successful season. So, postseason analysis here, successful season.
Tremendously successful. And I think anyone who's been in that kind of environment where they're playing in a championship game and it doesn't go your way, it's real easy to get upset and get frustrated and feel like it was a disappointment or a failure. But I told the girls after the game, it doesn't diminish anything that they accomplished this year. 20 wins in a season, there's only a handful of teams each year that are going to accomplish that, and we were one of them. And people on this campus have really noticed what a great job they did, and I know that they can take a lot of pride in the fact that they represented Franklin Pierce very well this year.
All right. Don't want to bring up too many sour grapes here, but this team has kind of dealt with, let's say, a little less than respect so far this year. Picked 11th before the season, finished in a tie for third. The award season didn't really go your way at all. How has that impacted the team over the course of the year?
Well, one of the things that I wasn't too sure about coming into the season was, were we going to get a little full of ourselves after having some success last year, going 18-4-2 in our second year, and coming back in the fall and like you said, being picked 11th out of 14, that provided us with a lot of momentum going into the season, a lot of motivation to really kind of get on our horse and try to prove people wrong. And we get to the end of the season, we had a great regular season, and like you said, the awards came out and we weren't really represented too well there. And I think it provided us some motivation going into this weekend as well. And we carried that through in the semifinal, had a really good game. And to be honest, I didn't think we played poorly in the championship game either. We just made a couple mistakes and it didn't go our way. But I certainly think we've been able to turn some of that into fuel for our success this year.
All right. Talk about, I guess, again, at the beginning of the season, we would have talked to you about the newcomers coming into the year. Take note of your freshman class. How did they perform throughout the year?
Great. I mean, obviously, Alex Brolsma was very consistent this year. Right from the beginning of the season, she was a mainstay on our top two lines and contributed tremendously, really at all ends of the ice and in every facet of the game, power play, penalty kill, 5-on-5. And, I thought that when you look at being able to step into the college game and play any style. She's a big, strong kid. She can get up and down the ice. She can play the offensive game. She can play a grinded-out game. She really gave us some dimensions offensively that we hadn't had in our program before, which was great. I'll include Alicia Ramo and our new players. Obviously, she was with us last year but wasn't eligible. She came in, put up almost a point a game in the second semester, which gave us a nice boost down the stretch. Haley Craig came in and really helped us on the power play in the second semester this year. Madison Murray got a few minutes in goal. Sarah Diltz did a nice job when she was called on. Aaron Penderoth on D gave us some good shifts at times. So, those guys were a huge help to our program, and they filled in spots where we needed them to. And, everybody on the team, really contributed this year.
We talked to a couple of your girls during the course of the season about the added depth this year. The team is rolling probably 3 lines deep when it was maybe 1.5, 2 in the previous years.
Sure.
How much easier does that make your job on the bench, knowing that you've got 3 lines that can go out there and score goals?
Yeah, well, it makes it easier in a lot of facets. I think, on one hand, that anytime you throw somebody out there, they have a chance to contribute. Offensively, it's nice too. We know we have people we can put out there and they're going to be responsible and get it done defensively as well. And just from a fatigue standpoint, it's a tough game. It's a physical game. And we were playing back-to-back days like we usually do. And you're playing 2 lines, it's a grind. And so having that extra depth, allowing the girls to actually come back to the bench and recover before they go back out there again, it makes them more effective. And certainly, for our team, I think we benefited from that depth tremendously this year.
All right. Last thing we'll ask about, we've asked a couple girls about this as well. The team's home ice record, the record everywhere good, the record on home ice just astounding. Anything in particular you attribute that to?
I think it's it's a small facility at the Winchendon School, but when you put people in there, it feels like a packed house. And I think that, we have such a good support from our families of the local girls and even from people on the campus that, we pack a few hundred people in there and it feels like a full house. I think it's just an easy place for the girls to get motivated to play. And I think once we got on a bit of a roll at home, we started to get to 5 wins and then 10 wins. It was something that, we didn't really talk about it, but I think the girls were aware. And it was something that was important to them to try and protect that winning streak and that success on home ice. Right. So, whether it was conscious or unconscious, I think it's something we knew about and we valued, and we wanted to make sure when we played at home we were doing a good job for our fans.
Gotcha. Something that almost feeds itself, really.
Exactly.
There you go. 20 wins for women's ice hockey this year. Coach, congratulations on a great year. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you so much.